Hey queens, it's your girl Andrea and I am back with another video. I've been trying to do like one video a week. I've been trying to stick with it. I think I'm doing pretty good. I did a poll on my story, and I asked if you guys want a Q&A or if you guys wanted a story time. But you said story time. So as you can tell by the title, this story time is going to be about how I got scammed, you guys, out of $1,300. It was like actually over $1,300 in the span of like a week and a half, okay? A week and a half, okay? So let's start from the very beginning. Now, I'm not going to use the real names of these people or this person, but I'm going to call one of them Emily and the other one's going to be Shauna, okay? So one day I got an order for, it was like $352. I was so happy about it. I'm like, oh my God, $352? What? So got the order and I noticed that she didn't put the colors that she wanted for her lip gloss. Now, mind you, $352, obviously that's a lot of money. So I didn't want to just guess the colors and then send it to her. And she's like, I didn't want this and blah, blah, blah. I did not want that. So I waited a few days because I know a lot of people don't necessarily check their emails all the time. So I did give her time. Now, it was like a few days later, I got another order for $686, I believe it was. And this person also didn't leave their colors. So first, Emily didn't leave hers, and now I'm gonna call this lady Shauna. She didn't leave her colors either. So I was like, but the thing is, this lady left her phone number, the other one didn't. So I was like, okay, good, because people are more inclined to check their text messages rather than an email. So I sent her a text message and I said, you know, hey, thank you so much for your order, but I was really wanting to know what colors you wanted for your glosses. And she's like, oh, hey, you know, she's like, just surprise me. And I thought about it and I'm like, this address is so similar. Like, it's so familiar. And I looked it up. She had the same exact address, guys, as Emily. So I was like, yeah, you know, that address sounds so familiar. I forgot how I said it, but basically I ended up finding out that Emily is her sister. That's what I found out. So I was like, oh, that's awesome, actually, because I was trying to get in touch with Emily because she didn't tell me what color she wanted either. So she gave me her number and I texted her and she was like, well, you can do the same thing you did with my sister. Just surprise me. And I'm like, okay. So I ended up doing both of their orders, shipping them off. Now, Emily actually had messaged me. She was like, did my order ship yet? Do you have my tracking number? And I gave her the tracking number. I told her, yes, I just shipped it, you know, cool. Didn't hear from her again. Then Shauna, she texted me. I don't even remember what she texted me, but she texted me something about her order. And she was like, oh yeah, you know, my husband pays for it all. And I'm like, oh, cool. That's what's up. So guys, then it was probably like, it might have been a month and a half later. I got another order, guys, the largest order, $1,019. $1,019, okay? Now, mind you, I don't know if it's Emily or Shauna because they're sisters. I don't know which one it is, but I kind of figured it was Shauna only because she had spent more money than Emily last time. I just figured it was her, and it did end up being Shauna, okay? But, okay, I did her order. Y'all, that package ended up being 30 pounds, by the way. And I shipped with UPS because I always heard it was cheaper to ship with UPS than USPS when you have a heavy package. So, I want to say I shipped her order on a Tuesday. Yeah, I think I shipped her order on a Tuesday and she got it. It was supposed to be on a Saturday. Now, she contacted me. I don't remember if it was a Saturday or Sunday, but she did end up contacting me over that weekend. And she basically told me that, you know, hey, you know, I got my package. A couple of them were damaged, but I know it's not your fault, this and that. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much for understanding. I apologize about that. And she's like, oh, it's okay. I order from you all the time. She sent me a voice message and was like, oh, I order from you all the time. It's fine. It's not your fault. I'm going to order again tomorrow. Cool. But she didn't order again the next day. I wasn't tripping, honestly. I didn't even really think about it too much. And so then, y'all, it was probably, it might have been like a week and a half later. Y'all, tell me why I was on Instagram Live. Okay, this is where the scamming comes. This is when I low-key found out I was scammed. I still didn't know I was scammed until a little bit later, but we about to get into all that. So I was on Instagram Live, right? Talking to the queens, normal thing, right? I get an email pop up on my phone, and it's like from Shopify, and it says, so-and-so has opened a chargeback for order number, blah, 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 blah. I was like, what? No freaking way. So I seen it, and I kind of froze. I was like, I just got a really important email, guys. I gotta go. So I went and looked at it. It turned out to be Emily. Okay? Turned out to be Emily, child. And I was like, this is ridiculous. There's no way. There must be some type of mistake because I tracked her package. She got her package. So why is she doing a chargeback? So I ended up texting Shauna because they're sisters. I know I probably shouldn't have done that, but I was just so shocked and curious. So I texted Shauna and I'm like, hey, is so-and-so your sister? And she's like, well, that's actually her husband. Why? What happened? And I said, well, she just filed a chargeback on me and I'm just trying to understand what's going on. Why did she open a chargeback on me, claiming that it was fraud? That's what it said, because it was fraud. And she was like, oh, well, that's her husband's card and they just got into it really bad. He probably did that. And I'm like, okay. So then I got over that. Y'all, it was almost 2 weeks later, guys. I got an email again about a chargeback. But guess who it was this time? Shauna, for the $1,019 order, guys. She opened a chargeback on me for that other order. When I went, I was so mad. I was so mad, guys. I was crying. I was so mad because I was just like, how could this person do this? How could they claim fraud? She claimed fraud too. And that $1,019, guys, that was 67 items that I sent her. And it was actually 68 items because I think I ran out of something and I wanted to make it up to her. So I sent her a free product. You know, a free product, guys. And I said, you know what? I am not going to take this line down. No, I'm calling my bank because there's no way that I get charged. I get $352 fraud, $1,019 fraud. Like, so basically, Shauna and Emily are getting free products from me. And then they're claiming that they're going to the bank and claiming that it was a fraudulent bank charge or whatever you want to call it. So then I called my bank. There was nothing they could do, guys. Nothing they could do. Y'all, I was so pissed. I was like, well, is there any kind of way that I can find out what bank she uses? Because I'm going to call that bank and say, hey, listen, this client is fraudulent. She's a scammer. Like, I was ready. But there was nothing I could do, guys. Then I said, oh my God, you know, I'm about to call Shopify because this is not going to fly. This is not going to fly with me. And I was also really mad because let me tell y'all something. When you get a chargeback on Shopify, I don't know about the other sites, but on Shopify, they take that money on your next payout day. It doesn't matter if you submit proof or not. They're taking the money. The proof doesn't even really go to Shopify. It goes to the bank. Shopify sends it to the bank that the person filed a dispute with. So proof is really for the bank. So it takes the bank 120 or more days to even look at your proof and decide if they want to give you your money back. Like, are you serious? So they're still going to take your money no matter what. So I was heated. I called Shopify. She tried to help me, you know, but there was like really nothing she could do because she says, honestly, it's the customer's bank. It's not even us. And I'm like, wow. And I was like, well, be honest with me. How many times have you actually seen a small business owner win a dispute? And she said, honestly, once. Do you guys know how many people use Shopify? Do you know how many small business owners use Shopify? And you've only seen it one time? That's crazy. Like, that's crazy. And I was just like, wow. She said, honestly, it's because the bank is going to side with their customer. And I'm like, well, that does make sense. So while I was on the phone with Shopify, we kind of looked into it. And guys, I don't know how I overlooked this, but it was the same exact shipping address for all 3 orders. The same exact shipping address. It was the same email address for 2 orders. But the difference was all the credit cards she used were different, and it was all different states. So she lives in one state, but all the other cards were in 3 different states. So with that being said, guys, I tried to text Shauna, because I'm like, so you just told me Emily's husband probably did the other chargeback, but now yours is chargeback. Your husband disputed yours too? Or like, what's going on? I texted her, I said, wow, LOL, so now you're going to file a chargeback on me? And y'all, she blocked me. This woman blocked me. Okay? So she knows what she was doing. She knows she's guilty. Like, why would you block me? So, and guys, I will admit my part. When me and the Shopify lady looked at it, she's like, well, I do see here that it was a high fraud risk order. Before you guys judge me, I've done high fraud risk orders before. Honestly, it'll give you a high fraud risk warning if the shipping address is different from the billing address. And that can be sometimes because of a move, or maybe your boyfriend's paying for it, or something like that. So I didn't really pay attention. I didn't really mind because I've done it before and everything was cool. But y'all, I have learned my lesson. And for y'all out there, please never accept a high fraud risk order. Please don't. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Especially if their shipping address isn't the same as their billing address. Like, I'm not accepting those orders anymore unless it's like an actual personal close friend of mine. I'm not accepting those orders because I'm not about to get scammed again. No, So I have her street address memorized, guys. I've blocked her off my Instagram. Oh, wait. I gotta get to that part. I blocked her from my website. I blocked her IP addresses and everything. So from those IP addresses, she can't order from me again. I have her shipping address memorized in my head. So if I see that street name, it's a decline. I'm sorry. It's going to have to be a decline. I'm so sorry. But I don't trust that street. Like, if you're a queen that wants to order and you happen to live there, I'm so sorry. But like, I just don't trust it. Like, you would probably have to DM me on Instagram and be like, hey, like, this is me. I'm not her. Like, I just really want to order your lip gloss, you know. But she ordered for me 3 times, guys. And she's done 2 chargebacks on 2 of the orders already. So, but yes, so that's $1,019 plus $352. That's over $1,300 that she got out of me. Okay. And part of me is like, well, what if it was the people's credit cards that she used? They actually filed a chargeback because they were like, I didn't buy this stuff and it was genuine. But then another part of me is like, no, she did that because she blocked me. Like, when you block, like she literally told on herself when she blocked me. Like, she knew she was wrong. So that happened, guys. The money got taken out. I was like, you know what? I'm over it. Like, I'm over it. It's done. There's nothing I can do. I let it go, right? So when I was thinking about doing the story time, what I did was I was like, I need to get my facts together. Let me look up how many times she actually ordered and, you know, things like that. While I was looking it up, I said, I wonder if I could find her Instagram. Because, like, I was just like, who is this bold person? They are a bold scammer because I have your phone number. I have your email address. It looks like I have your iCloud. You got your iCloud stuff on there. Plus, I have your freaking address. I have your shipping address. How can you be that bold? Like how, and then she sent me a picture of all the products like laid out at her house. So it's like, I just don't understand how you can be that bold, you know, unless you've done this so many times before and you just have confidence. It's crazy. So then I looked for her Instagram, and the way I found it is her Instagram is actually like the name of her email. It's the same thing. So I found her. Guys, this woman has a lip gloss highlight cover with my content in it. Every single video and picture in her highlight is mine. Literally. It's all my pictures, not all, I'm sorry. It's my pictures and videos, guys. She picked some and put it on her page and is promoting it as her own. She also has wigs on her page. So I'm like, did she scam a wig company too? It's crazy. So then I go and click her Instagram story, y'all. This woman bought a huge flat screen TV. She bought like 2 PS4s plus like an Apple Watch and other like electronics. And then she uploaded a picture of some keys on the countertop and is like, tell them to talk now. Really? Flaunting that hard. Like you're not, that's crazy. Like she's so bold. So that was that. I blocked her. I'm like, you know what? I do not have time for this. I'm blocking this lady, and hopefully she doesn't order from me again, because that was ridiculous. I don't wish that on anybody. Now, the last part of this, I'm going to tell you, like, the weirdest thing happened. Me and my son were about to go to town. There was a package outside of my door, and guess what it was? It was one of the packages that I sent her. She sent it back. But the weird thing is that when I looked in the UPS system, they had no record for it at all. They had no record. So that was very strange to me. Very strange. Unless I got it mixed up, because it could have been USPS. I just assumed UPS, but yeah. So she sent everything back, and I threw the glosses away, guys, because there's no telling what she did with it, because she's had that package for forever. She even had a pillow in it. She had a pillow in the package, and she also had icebreakers. So I'm like, what? So I threw all those glosses away. I don't know what she did to them. It's all just really weird. I don't trust it. So that's pretty much it, guys. And I just pray that none of you guys ever get scammed. I pray that none of you guys ever fall for that high fraud risk stuff. Believe Shopify when they send it to you. Just don't accept the order. My tips are, just be aware of high fraud risk orders. Be aware of people with a different billing address than their shipping address. Just be aware, guys, because I'm telling you, this lady has taken over $1,300 from me. It is not fun. It is not. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sleepy right now. But yeah, it is not fun. So I just wanted to tell you guys that. I just wanted to share my story with that. I'm sorry. I want to share that story with you guys and just see what you guys think. So yes, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys took heed to this message. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, have a really good night.